So when I was 18 or 19, my grandfather passed away. Before he passed away, he was in the VA a lot. And we would visit him a lot. And I remember I wanted to move to LA and pursue a dream of trying to be an actor and make movies. That's what I wanted to do. And nobody wanted me to do that. Nobody really supported it. Everybody was just go to school, get a job. And I remember one day my grandpa was really sick. And I was sitting beside his bed and he grabbed my hand and he pulled me close. And he said, "This is all you get. You do whatever you want. Don't let nobody tell you you can't. Don't let nobody stop you from trying. Don't let your parents, grandparents, anybody." And I think he said that about my parents because they didn't want me to go. And he said I'll always regret it if I don't at least try. And he died soon after that, like probably, I want to say less than a week or so. After that, he died. Anyways, that's just the premise of what I'm thinking about right now. And I talked a lot about moving to California because I love California. I love Los Angeles. And at his funeral and his memorial, which was at his house, I met an aunt that I didn't know existed, never knew her name, never heard the name, anything. And she was from Los Angeles. If you're not from LA, then Los Angeles. If you are from LA, then she was from Bellflower. And my mom had mentioned that I wanted to move to Los Angeles to her. And so she came and sat beside me and we just started talking. And she was like, "So you want to move to LA?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to be in California. I want to try to do this." Because when you're 18, 19 years old and you want to do something, you don't think that millions of people are trying to do that same thing. Even if you think it, you don't grasp the concept of it until you're in it. And then you realize, like, holy crap, everybody's trying to do this, like, once you're there. Anyways, she was like, I live, in Bellflower, and if you do come, you can stay with me. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, my grandpa tells me to pursue something that I want to pursue in my life, and then he passes away, and then somebody that he was close to that I didn't know existed from Los Angeles is like, "You can live with me." And I got her number and her address, and after that I didn't really talk to her. It was probably a few months, and then I called and I was like, I want to come. Can I still come and stay with you? If not, then I'll figure it out, but I would really like to. And mind you, this is pre-smartphones. This is MapQuest, giant paper maps, flip phones. I had a flip phone. There's no GPS or anything like that. And she was like, "Yeah, when did you want to come?" And I said, "I want to go in February." That was my plan. I want to move to LA in February. And I got a huge map that had like the whole like western half of America, because I was in North Texas. And so I was like, okay, North Texas, I need to get to LA. And I was just mapping out like big highways. And I was like, I could take I-40 to Flagstaff, Arizona, and then Flagstaff goes straight down to Phoenix. And then I think it's the 10, might be the 5. I don't remember which one it is. But from Phoenix, it goes straight to LA. Straight to LA. Not really, but it gets you to LA. And so I remember I told everybody, I was like, yeah, I'm moving in a couple of days, a couple weeks to a couple days. It happened really fast. And I remember the day I left, I just threw all my clothes in the trunk of my car and my PlayStation 2. That was it. I had my PlayStation, no TV, left the TV, just had the PlayStation and all my clothes. And I just started driving. And I remember I made it to Phoenix pretty late. I stayed the night. I got up early and I started to head towards LA. And mind you, I grew up in North Texas in a place that isn't a city. It's one of the bigger cities, towns, whatever you want to call it. It's not a town, but it's not like a massive city. But it's one of the biggest ones in North Texas. It's about 6.5 hours northwest of Dallas. And that's all. Like, if you want to go to the next town, it's like a 30-minute drive of just dirt. Literally, the only thing between you and the next town is a grain silo and dirt fields and wheat fields, or cattle fields, because I grew up in the beef capital of the world. And so I'm leaving Phoenix, and I'm like, just go west until you see water. That was my logic. Because, again, GPS didn't exist at this time. So I'm just this 18, 19-year-old kid. I have a car full of clothes. Whatever money I saved for like a year and a half, because I graduated at 17. And I saved for like a year and a half, and then I left. And that was all I had. And I'm like, just go west until you see water. And so as I get into California and I get into Los Angeles County, I'm seeing the signs, and I can't remember if I'm on the 5 or the 10. I don't remember. But I'm seeing the signs, and I'm like, okay, I just, it can't be that hard. Like, I grew up in a place where you see an exit for your city. Like, that's the exit for the city. You got 4 or 5 of them, and then that's it. It is not like that in LA, if you didn't know or if you've never been there. So I'm going and I see an exit and it's like Los Angeles this way, and I'm like, well, that's north. And then the next one's like Los Angeles this way, and I'm like, well, that's south. And I just keep going. And finally I'm like starting to get overwhelmed and kind of get some anxiety. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take this next one, because I know LA is maybe a little south from where I was, just guessing, honestly. And so I take an exit onto another freeway, and without looking at the map, I cannot remember. I think it was the 710, maybe 710 south. And I take that, and I'm like, okay, I'm going south and I need to be going west. Water is west. And I don't know where I'm at. If you're looking at a map, like the way California curves down, I don't know where I'm at in this whole thing. But I know I'm in where the vicinities of Los Angeles County that I'm looking for. But I don't know where I'm going. And I didn't print out MapQuest for this. I just grabbed the big giant map and I was like, yeah, I'll figure it out. Dummy. That was a dumb move on my part to think that, yeah, I'm just gonna hop in the car, I'll figure it out. It's not that hard. It was that hard. So I thought it was that hard. So I'm on the 710. I was like, okay, I need to go west. I'm going south. I need to go west. So I see the 91, and I know this is correct. So I hop on the 91 West, and I'm just driving, and I'm like, it's just exits and exits and exits and exits and palm trees everywhere. And I'm overwhelmed, to say the least. And it's just so, like, I'm here. Like, I know I'm here. And I was not ready for the size and the traffic, and the exits and entrances into the freeways are different. Not all of them, but a lot of them are different than where I grew up. And the anxiety. So I didn't know I had anxiety until like 10 years ago. And this was 20 plus years ago. So I didn't know what this was, but this was this overwhelming panic, which I now know is anxiety. And finally, I'm like, I gotta get off the freeway. I have to get off of the freeway. I have to figure out what's happening. And so I take an exit. I don't even remember the street. I can look it up, but I don't remember the street. And the exit is like, it's almost like another highway. And I get to the exit, and I remember I turn right, and immediately it's like 5 or 6 lanes of traffic going both ways off on this main road, and there's a gas station like immediately on the other side. So I turn right and immediately get in the turning lane to turn into this gas station. And the way the gas station was set up was like, here's the gas station and the parking in front, and then the gas, and then they had parking at the back, which was actually on the main road off the highway. And the side street beside the gas station, I could read the sign, and it was a dead end. And I was like, okay, so like a block or however long that way is a dead end. And I remember I'm sitting in my car, and I'm overwhelmed. I'm freaked out. What did I do? How did I get here? What do I do? And so I pull out my flip phone and I dial my aunt's phone number. Because I'm like, maybe I can give her some like what I remember of directions of how I got to where I am, and she can help me find her house. So I call, and it rings and rings and rings, and a girl answers. I now know this is my cousin that I didn't know existed. And I asked for my aunt, and she's like, oh, she's not here. And I was like, I guess I let out like a sigh of, not relief, but like, oh. And she goes, who is this? And I'm like, my name is John. And she goes, oh, we're expecting you. And I was like, okay, who are you? She tells me her name. It's my cousin. And I'm like, I'm basically in tears at this point. I'm trying to tell her, I'm like trying to compose myself to tell her, like, I'm freaking out. I just took all these exits on all these freeways. I have no idea where I am. I'm in a gas station parking lot, and I'm freaking out. I'm scared, and I don't know what to do. I need help. And she just goes, okay, you're at a gas station. What exit did you take? And I was like, I think I was on the 91 and I took this exit. I can't remember the name of it. If I saw it, I would immediately know what exit it is. And she goes, okay, and you're at the gas station? And I go, yeah, and it's this street, and it says it's a dead end if I go down this side street. And she just starts laughing, like hysterically laughing. And I'm having a panic attack. And I'm like, what is so funny? Why are you laughing? And she goes, I don't know how you did this, but if you go down that side street to the dead end, that's our house. And I was like, no way. And she goes, come on down. I'll be sitting outside. So I get back in my car, and literally it's like I used to walk to this gas station like every day, because it's right there. And I get in the car and I drive to the dead end, and sure enough, there's a girl sitting outside, and she waves, and I get out, and it's her. And she's like, how did you? And I was like, I don't know. I do know, and it was 100%. It was God just said, take this exit, take this exit, take it. And I don't know if I was not supposed to be there or supposed to be exactly where I was. But by the grace of God, I randomly took a bunch of exits in a massive city that I had never been to and didn't realize the scale of what it was, and ended up walking distance from the destination I was trying to get to. Again, pre GPS, with a giant map. And when I say a giant map, I mean like the whole western part of the United States, because I didn't have like a breakdown map that showed you actual streets of where I was going. So I couldn't use that. And I literally, God placed me exactly where I was supposed to be. And I just took a deep breath and I was like, wow, I don't even know what to say or do, but I'm here and I made it, and this journey of my life will begin. And so